The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.
We're so honored to have on the show an incredible R&B and soul singer, Charles Wigg Walker. Charles, it's so good to have you on.
Oh, it's good to be here, man.
Well, especially, it's like I've known about you in the past, and certainly, we're going to talk about your history with James Brown and so many other great artists. But you, my friend, have a brand new album out.
Yes.
This Love Is Gonna Last. And I got to tell you, Charles, listening to your album and spending time with it, and there's so many great songs on here, but it seems to me like you took R&B and soul and some jazz and brought it to today, to 2025.
Yes.
How did you do that with this album? I know you got some great musicians you worked with also.
Yeah, that's how I did it. Because, the guys, Charles Treadway, he's one of the main writers, and he did the arrangements and all that. So he's very particular about the sound.
Well, you can tell, and also I know you worked with a great producer also in town, well known here in Nashville, with Bill.
Oh yeah, Bill Snee.
Yeah, and it's like I was listening to this, and it reminded me of back the Soul Train days with Don Cornelius, and all of the great artists, which a lot of which you have toured with also, like Etta James and Jackie Wilson and Bobby Blue Bland and everything we were talking about before we came in studio. And it's like, but it has, those songs have that depth, but with a modern sound to them. It's just, it's incredible. And it's like, and you are 84 years young.
Yep.
And it seems like it's like a reinvention of your career right now.
Yeah, when we started this project, I didn't know, I give all the credit to Charles Treadway because he brought that kind of flavor to the music, and I was just trying to sing some songs, and but actually he was in that sometimes telling me how to sing.
Oh, I don't know if anybody's telling you how to sing. Well, and I was going to bring up too, I think it's such a great testament, Charles, that you dedicated this album to your late wife.
Yes.
And that 30 years together.
Yeah.
And and this album is so soulful. I mean, it's like, you've got your love songs in there, but also you've got your upbeat stuff. I love Serendipity.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite song on the album is This Love Is Gonna Last. And certainly your love with your wife did.
Yes, it did. And you're right about the songs, most all of the songs are written with her in mind, So it was good that I was writing with, because Charles knew my situation and our situation, and we had a good marriage. And
well, I got to bring this up too, Charles. You are a living legend, and I know that your mother gave you your nickname Wigg, which everybody calls you Wigg instead of Charles Walker.
Yeah, even when I was going to school, it was calling me Wigg all up and down the hallway, even the principal. Wigg, come to the office.
Well, and the thing is, though, you were playing in this Nashville scene. You started out singing and tap dancing and shining shoes, but then, as a teenager, you recorded your first song here.
Yeah, I recorded my first song with Ted Jarrett. He was a sort of a legend around here, writing for Gene Allison and so on, and Larry Birdsong and all those guys.
Right.
But I was a young guy, and Ted wanted me to do it. He wrote this song, A Slave to Love, and Johnny Jones, all Jimmy Beck Band and all, they would play on the album, on the record.
Right. Well, what's amazing to me too is that at only 20 years old, you took the leap to go to New York, and the next thing you know, you're hanging out and opening for James Brown.
Well, I had met James here in Nashville when he was doing the show down at Sufferdale.
And James was particular about the musicians and everybody that he was involved with.
Very much so.
So your level, we were talking about, you don't miss a bus call. And it's like, and you were saying, James would give you a sign if you owed him $5.
That's right.
And what was that sign?
$5 every time he do that.
Oh my goodness! But I mean, but
I
once
wasn't
again,
even making that much.
yeah, but what a great history, and also for you, working there,
Yeah.
with James Brown, and then once again sharing the stage with Jackie Wilson,
Yeah.
Otis Redding, Wilson Pickett. The list goes on. Etta James, who I got to see live. Just, I mean, you've worked with some
Yeah.
of the greatest artists, and then you go over to Europe.
Yeah.
Perform all over Europe, and then you come back to Nashville in the '90s, and now it's like a brand new career.
Yeah. I was on my way. When I came to Nashville, I really was going to stop here and just visit my folks, and I was going back over to Europe.
Yeah.
So I wound up staying here. I got a record deal with Fred James, and he put out 3 or 4 albums on me,
Well, plus, I mean, once again, thinking of my record collection, you were also on Chess and Decca
Yeah.
Records, which, I mean, come on, that's where all the good music was.
Yeah, my thing is when I left here, I mean, Barry Gordy came to Nashville,
Right.
and he was looking me up to sign me up, but I didn't know I didn't know, man. So I just decided I didn't want to go with that kind of music. I was going more towards chess kind of music.
Right.
And I think I made a mistake, but
But I think it's all turning out okay right now because, once again, to my ear, this is an award-winning album. I think that this is some of the best work that you've done in years. I mean, even counting what you've done with the Dynamites and everything else and your different bands through the years, Charles.
I think this is the best thing I've done since I've been singing, really.
Well, now you're going to have to figure out how you're going to tour with it and bring some of these great musicians like Charles Treadway and everybody with you.
Well, I'm going to have my core musicians, Charles Treadway, Pete Abbott, and Pat Bergeson. They'll be with us.
And those are all ringers. Those are A-list musicians backing up an A-list singer.
So if I can get those guys going with me, I can make it.
And you've already been playing shows around Nashville.
Yeah,
like
we've been together
Feed
about
and Seed.
we've been together about 10 years or so.
Wow.
And playing around. But we mainly that's our main gig at the Acme. Mm-hmm. And it's provided us time to write these songs and get something going on.
Right.
So I've been thankful to the Acme. The people down there are nice and good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's a great venue and great food.
Yeah.
And they love you. Yeah. But I want to make sure that people know, obviously this album is going to be out on digital. I don't think you're going to enjoy it as much unless you get it on vinyl, and it's going to be available on CD also, but you're going to want the vinyl.
Yeah,
and you're going to want to go see Charles Wigg Walker play live. Now, Charles, for your website, for social media, for everything with the album and CD, and I understand some cool merch also.
Yeah.
Where do our viewers need to go?
CharlesWiggWalker.com.
And you can find everything.
You can find everything, including me.
Including you. Well, I'm going to have a copy on vinyl. I'm telling you that
All
much.
right. That's what I've been waiting on, that vinyl.
It's just like it's just like your career from back in the day. It's like it's all happening
all over again. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it's such a great album. Be sure and check it out. But also, like I said, get the vinyl. Add Charles to your playlist. But go see him and this incredible band live. Charles Wigg Walker, living legend, and This Love Is Gonna Last is out now. Be sure and check it out. Thanks for coming on the show, Charles.
Thank you.
It's an honor.
All right.
The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.